Let's talk money and prayers. Salam, everybody. Today, we're diving into the heart of Islamic tradition, exploring how interpretations of riba, or interest, and prayer have evolved. We'll unpack the economic implications of these interpretations, challenging ourselves to approach tradition with a critical yet respectful lens. Let's be real. Talking about religion and money can be a little awkward, like running into your imam at the mall. But these conversations are crucial. Understanding the historical context and evolving interpretations of Islamic principles can help us navigate the complexities of the modern world. So, buckle up, Buttercup. It's time to unpack centuries of tradition and see how they intersect with our 21st century lives. Get ready to laugh, think, and maybe even question a few things. Let's go! First up, Riba! Now, this isn't your grandma's retirement plan interest. We're talking about exploitative lending practices that were prevalent way back in the day, like ancient Mesopotamia back in the day. Imagine a local moneylender charging exorbitant interest rates, trapping people in endless cycles of debt. That's the kind of riba Islam aimed to abolish. Fast forward to today's world of complex financial instruments and global markets. Is a fixed-rate mortgage on your home really the same as predatory lending in ancient times? That's the million-dollar question, folks. Debates rage on about what constitutes riba in the modern context. Here's the deal. Conflating all forms of interest with the exploitative riba of the past can have serious economic implications. Imagine a world where Muslims couldn't get mortgages, car loans, or even participate in basic banking. It would stifle economic growth and innovation. Now, some argue that Islamic finance, with its focus on profit and loss sharing, offers a more ethical alternative. Others say it's just too complicated for the average person. The bottom line, this is a nuanced issue with no easy answers. Let's move on to prayer, a cornerstone of Islamic practice. 5 times a day, Muslims around the world step away from their daily grind to connect with the divine. But here's the thing, the Quran, while emphasizing the importance of prayer, doesn't actually specify rigid timings or methods. These evolved later, influenced by cultural and social norms. So does missing a prayer because you're stuck in traffic mean you're a bad Muslim? Does God really need us to punch in and out of prayer like it's a celestial timesheet? Section 5. When prayer puts the brakes on productivity. Hold up! Before you start throwing prayer rugs at me, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Productivity. Picture this. You're in a high-stakes meeting, the ideas are flowing, and then bam! Prayer time hits. Now, while taking breaks is essential, rigid adherence to prayer schedules can sometimes disrupt workflow and impact efficiency. This is especially true in professions where every minute counts. Surgeons, air traffic controllers. You get the picture. The question then becomes, how do we balance our spiritual obligations with the demands of a fast-paced world? Section 6. Tradition. Hold it close but not too close. Look, I'm a proud Muslim and tradition is important to me. It connects us to our roots, gives us a sense of identity. But here's the thing. Clinging to traditions blindly without understanding their historical context or considering their present-day implications can be problematic. It's like using your grandma's flip phone in a world of smartphones. Sure, it has sentimental value, but it's not exactly practical. We need to approach tradition with a critical eye, questioning, interpreting, and adapting it to the realities of our time. Section 7. Finding the sweet spot, balance, and context in faith. So, how do we find that sweet spot between preserving tradition and embracing progress? It's all about balance and context, my friends. We need to engage in thoughtful dialogue, seeking guidance from scholars who are both deeply rooted in Islamic knowledge and well-versed in contemporary issues. We need to be open to different interpretations and perspectives. Remember, Islam is a religion of reason and critical thinking. Blind faith, without understanding or reflection, isn't enough. Section 8. A final thought. It's about the heart, not just the rules. At the end of the day, it's not just about rigidly following rules, but about embodying the spirit of Islam, compassion, justice, and striving to be the best versions of ourselves. So, let's approach these complex issues with open minds and open hearts, remembering that our faith is a journey, not a destination. And hey, a little humor along the way never hurt nobody. Peace out! Section 9 Sources.